Hello guys and welcome back to Motorsports Review, and in today's video we're going to be checking out a car that all of you guys wanted me to review. It's the car in the background. You know this car, the Colt Okami. But before we get into today's video, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell icon. Now let's cue the cinematics.
Could be us. So back to what I was saying. Could be us.
Alright, the Colt Okami is finally here. And I'm going to tell you like a brief background information about this specific Okami. This Okami is going to be going to a customer. He wanted a basic Okami for his family. He didn't want too much stuff. I mean, he wanted to keep it basic and also make it safe, as well as add like little features. Really, all he did was just add the base model wheels and then just take off the roof rails. He said he really didn't need them because, you know, mostly he's going to be cruising with his family, and he didn't need the best bold looking Okami out there. He just needed something basic that was good to carry family. So this is what he went for. I don't know what this gray color is called, know what these wheels are called, but they look amazing. And I gotta say, the car's design overall is just amazing. It reminds me of a Pokemon almost. Like, you know, if a Pokemon was a vehicle, this is how it would look from the front. From the back, it looks like a fat minivan, a thick minivan. That's what it looks like from the back. I don't hate it. I love it. It matches a lot. It matches the whole lineup, like from the front and the back. I gotta say, Steve did an amazing job because, man, this is an amazing design. This is what you call a great design. Now, later I'm gonna show you guys my personal Okami and I'll show you really how mine looks. And I gotta say, the design is so great that you can go for like a basic car, or you can go for what I've got that just looks like plain awesome. Damn, it just went dark for a second. So we're just gonna hop in the car right now. Since we're done talking about the exterior, I think I'll probably show you guys the trunk too. That's probably the most important thing right now. I mean, you're gonna be buying an Okami for a family car, correct? So you definitely want to know how the trunk space is. And I gotta say, the trunk space is definitely a lot. Like, this is enough room for anything. You can fit like a bunch of stuff back here. Bigger than your Tahoe or your Expedition, if you want to compare it to those cars. Since it is about their size, it's longer than Tahoe, so you got a lot of space back here. And if that's not enough space, you can always lower the seats. It comes with the button seats, so you could just press that and the latch like drops the seats, or you can like lift it back up. Voila, there you go. You can lower the other ones too, just like in any other car. However, I don't know how to put them back up, so I definitely didn't want to lower them. But yeah, it just looks great out here. Let's actually open the door. And voila, you're greeted by this amazing interior. It's very luxurious, which is like really nice. I don't want to drive it yet, so we're probably gonna hop in the rear seat. Which there's one more thing I really want to show you guys. In the rear seat, like in the other Colt models, you will have the option to switch to the first person view, which now first person view is like similar to the one in the Electris Polaris. It's like this, which is my favorite kind of camera. Usually standard cameras only let you go left and right, but this one lets you go up and down, and you really see these windows up here are just a very innovative idea. In most companies, they usually just give you one flat big sunroof, which is great and all, but this one really takes it a step further, where every individual passenger gets their, except for the guys in the middle, everybody gets their own like little window that they can look through, which is really nice when you are looking through the stars. You also get a TV for the rear passengers, so you can play that little space war game. Really cool. And that's like standard on all of them, which is really nice. Not very not an option really on the tiles or anything. You can also control the window similar to the Electris Polaris. So you can lower down the window, and you lower down the window. Now you're wondering, how do I put the windows back up? Just simply click shift, and now you can raise the windows. So the logo changes, like the little window icon. You can just keep spamming that if you like. But that's really it for the rear. The ambients also stretch there. They do not stretch to the third row, but that's just how it is. Now we're gonna hop inside the front, the part that you guys been waiting for. So that's what we're gonna do right now. All right. So first, we're gonna talk about the gauge and these icons over here. Now the gauge, in the previous models, it has similar gauge to the Riolu and the Vulpes. But what's different this time is that now we have the ability to control our cruise control. Now, I would demonstrate it, but I mean, I don't really have anyone to really do it with, and I wanted to put out this video as soon as possible. We'll do that in another video, but right now we're gonna do pretty much the reviewing of this car. I already know it's gonna be a great system. I've seen videos of it, so I'm not gonna mess with that too much. However, what I will show you guys is this option menu right here. Same thing, windows and stuff, but what's different now is that you get to lock your toolbox. So this allows you to check your toolbox, and it only stays up for like 30 seconds. After a while, it puts itself down. If you want to put it down right away, you could just click it again. This is the sunroof. As you can see, that beautiful sunroof came out, and then you can just put it back in if you like. And then you have the cruise control option, which this starts to work at 20 miles per hour, which I'll show you guys a bit later when we start driving. But what's new to the whole Colt lineup in pretty much any Roblox car, although I'm pretty sure this was made a while back, you get a camera. So let's say we're parking the car, and boom, you slap it into reverse, go into first person, and that's when the camera unlocks itself, and you get this. This is a guide to show like where your wheels are like turning. And there you can hear the rear sonar. That's what the rear sonar is. And then you can just turn it off if you feel like it. But we're not really parking it right now. Now we're gonna start driving really. I'm also gonna show you guys the menu over here too at the same time. So in the new Colt, you can click G to open this menu, and you get a chance to use this music menu right here. I don't really have any music to play. It also shows real time, so this is what time it is for me right now. But you can control the bass, the treble, the pitch, and then you can also put on whatever song you want from Roblox. I don't want to do that for copyright reasons, so we're definitely not going to do that. There's also the menu option. It's going to lag a bit, so I'm going to warn you guys. I'm not going to use it while driving, but I'll show you guys that it actually works. There you go. I'll do a tiny bit of driving, like just a little bit. It even shows the sign, which is like really cool. That's one thing you'll probably never see. Yeah, but very laggy, so we're not gonna do that. This is the info menu, 2023 Colt Okami G. So you can see there, and then we have the vehicle options. You can have the auto lock. Auto lock usually works like this, where it automatically locks the car when you get to drive or reverse, and then when you click neutral, you're gonna hear like an unlock sound, like that. And then here you have the lock passenger seats, which is an option to lock the passenger seats so that you don't have unwanted people in there. You have the ambient menu, so you can change the color. You may want to go for this. I like the blue, which is like really nice. You can also turn on the full well, turn it off. People don't really often talk about that, but that was always a thing. We have the safety features. You can turn them on, turn them off. Lights, you can turn on auto lights, so that automatically controls your lights. And then you can change the clock from here. So you can use whatever time it is on your computer. Like for me, it's 6:01, or you can turn that off and show you in-game time. And then you can use military time if you want. You can turn off the display, and yeah, that's it for that. There's only one more thing I need to show you guys in the interior, and this is the one that's never talked about really. Is that hold up. Okay, I'm back after fixing that. So right here, I don't know how to open it exactly, but there's an ability to open the sun visors. I'm not sure how to do that, because you would think it would just show up and let you do. Oh, yeah, there you go. So you can open your sun visors, and you can use them. Speaking of sun visor mirrors, on this mirror you can also see the direction you're at. So we're facing north right now, and it's 81 degrees. I believe that's what that says, and it's 81 degrees in the game, as you can see. So yeah, very cool feature. You see, a lot of this is attention to detail. That's why I like this car a lot. But now we're gonna get into the driving aspect, and I'm gonna express how I feel about the driving. One of the things you're gonna notice is, unlike the previous Colt cars, this one, unlike the previous Colt models, this one is actually a smooth driver. It drives very smooth. It accelerates very smooth, which is one of the things I really like. And it really goes to show that Steve is starting to understand what everyone wants. Fast cars, let's be honest, aren't as fun. Like cars with like high horsepower numbers, speed is just not there anymore. Having something that's like fun, this is considered fun. I mean, having something that's realistic is really what everyone wants. Because you can simply put out a car that has 1,000 horsepower. So what? But people want cars with like realistic features like blind spot, or like auto lights, or like smart parking, which is like stuff that are sought after in this game. But that's really what people want, and we're finally getting that, which is kind of the approach I like. If you do want something fast though, like an Okami that's fast, like I'm not saying you can't get an Okami that's fast. There are options, and one option you might be excited for is that I'm planning on making the MSP RS Okami, and it's similar to the MSP Polaris, where you're gonna get a custom interior to the company, and then you're gonna also get like performance. And I plan to make this performance SUV. It's gonna be similar to something like a Durango Hellcat, or like a Chevy RST Tahoe made by Hennessy or something like that. There's also other brands that are making performance vehicles, such as Blackpool, one of my favorite brands. They make an amazing performance cars. They actually put out a vehicle called and it's not out yet, but they made it, the Okami Blackpool Royal, which is a luxurious Okami. It's similar to maybe a GLS Maybach, but even better because it's Okami. It's probably going to be the best car you're going to see in Roblox. So definitely go check that out. Probably check it out in the Divisor, I believe that's how you say the company name, Discord, and they have more information on that. That's a car I'm excited for. If the owner is watching this, Josh, if you're watching this, or Steve, definitely hook your boy up with one. I definitely want a Royal. I think it would definitely match my lifestyle. I mean, big CEO here. So I'm gonna park this here. There's one more feature I want to show you guys, and then we'll end off today's video. But I gotta say, this car has an amazing transmission. It's very smooth. I like the suspension. It's much more realistic. Like you can bounce. Let me show you something. Like you can jump on the car. See that? It bounces. Okay. What would be cool is if this had like the little Maybach feature where like you can make the suspension bounce, or it had like air suspension. That would be totally awesome. Um, I feel like that should be an option for the 2024 Okami if there's ever, or an updated Okami, the Okami 2, maybe. If there is ever Okami 2, I think it definitely should have like air suspension or drive modes, to change up the flow. Really, right now, that the closest thing you have to drive modes is switching this car into semi automatic mode, or switching to the dual clutch shifting, like manual shifting but without the clutch. You guys are familiar with what I'm talking about, but that's really the only way you can get the sportiness of this SUV, which this thing comes with like 400 horsepower, 320 or 300, probably 390 pound, 280, somewhere around there. It's a lot of power from a V8. It's very nice. You already heard how the engine sounds, and it just sounds amazing. So right now I'm going to show you guys the tent. First, you have to lock the door of the car. Then what you're going to do is you're going to open the trunk. Nice powered trunk. And then you're going to hit this button right here. And then you're going to hit tent. And boom, you have your Okami's tent. And then if you want to close it, all you got to do is just click the tent. Close that. And then you're going to close your trunk. This car also has keyless entry. I'm going to show you guys that. But before I do that, since we're at the back of the trunk, I might as well show you guys this. Boom. So we have the window in the back that you can open now. You can also use Smart Park if you want. So all you got to do is click the turn on button. You have to sit in the car first. Like when you spawn the car, you should definitely sit in it first for it to work. But once you sit in the car, you can just turn it off, then turn it on out here, and then you can just move the car back or move it up in a parking spot. All right. And yeah, we're just going to turn that off. To use keyless entry, all you got to do is, I believe, click control and then click, and that like locks it, and then control, click, and then that unlocks it. So yeah, that's a little cool feature for you guys to use. But yeah, all right, so before I end the video, I'm gonna show you guys my vehicle, what I drive. I drive an Okami now. We actually ordered one, and it's under the business of Motorsports Review. This is probably our third fictional car that we bought. We have or actually it's a lot more than that. See, I have it's way more than that now that I think about it. We have the Riolo E, the Riolo rear wheel drive. We have the Vulpes GTS, and then we have the Electris Polaris. Wow, I don't know how I forgot that. And then we also have this, the Colt Okami. This is not exactly mine, but I'll be showing you guys mine in a second. So wait for that. Alright guys, I am back with my car. It had to be delivered here. Also, the client actually picked up their car. We shipped it out through the truck. So a truck came and picked it up and then shipped it out. But this is my personal Okami. This is probably the best, one of the best Okamis out there. There's a bunch more that are shared in the AutoWorks Discord. So you guys should definitely join the AutoWorks Discord. That's where you can get the news on new cars coming, other brands. You can also see other people's designs. This actually was inspired by someone else's blacked out Okami, but I wanted to do something unique and special. So from the outside, you have, this lit up Okami badge is blacked out, and then this is like the badging that it comes with, and then the badging spreads to the back too. And it's like a red theme. I call this the dark matter, and this is what the MSP RS Okami is going to be based off of. It's going to have the same engine and same outside design. It's just going to have more RS badges and stuff like that, and that's going to be available to you guys. So yeah, and then I'm have an owner's edition for myself, of course, because I have to have the most unique version compared to the ones I'm going to give out to the public. One of the things you're going to notice right off the bat is with mine, it's blue here. Now, it is not changed with the LEDs, but I changed this myself because I wanted this to look red. I feel like that would just look better, and it does. Oh my gosh, like I really love it, especially at night. Let me turn on the lights because it's just dark out here, but I'm probably going to give you guys a quick test. I also added all these little things to keep track of stuff. If you're wondering what the 0 to 60 is like on this car, it's like 3.3 seconds. Probably like, what, 3.3 seconds? I don't think the Okami can go that fast. With mine, it has a supercharger on it, so it's a supercharged V8. This, like I said, the engine's going to be based off of this car. So this car makes around 650 horsepower, and it's just like a beast. So I'm going to show you guys that real quick with this launch control. We're just gonna switch to semi. 3.3 seconds right there. Yeah, it says 660, but I like to say 650. And 10 horsepower doesn't really do much. But yeah, it makes like 200 horsepower from the supercharger alone, and then we did some little engine upgrades. But yeah, it's just an amazing beast. I didn't want nothing too crazy like 800, 1000, but 650 horsepower is enough. Really, it's fun enough, and then you can drive it like normal. So this is what the transmission is going to be based off of. This is an upgraded transmission, although the ratios are similar to the stock one. We're planning on improving like the shift speed, so that it shifts a lot quicker. But yeah, the transmission is going to be like this, where it's just like a nice cruising automatic, and then when you want to, you can switch into sport and just nail it to the floor. I plan on improving the exhaust. As you can see, the auto brake came on. I don't know what it's seeing, but as an Okami owner, I've got to say this is probably one of my favorite cars to drive. I don't know, I changed to white. As an Okami owner, I definitely love this car, and I enjoy driving it all the time. Let's pull into the dealership. As I was saying, as an Okami owner, I definitely enjoy this car. I love it. It's an amazing car that was developed. It definitely has a lot of character and care and a lot of afterthoughts. It was definitely made for the consumer. That'll be a wrap for today's video. Thank you for watching today's video on Motorsports Review. Make sure you guys like today's video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon. Make sure also to check out the Driven store. Like I said, I'm Beckett Ali on Motorsports Review, and until then, I'll see you guys
So back
next
to what I
time.
was saying. Could be us.
Say please.
Could be us.
Say please.
Could be us.
Say please.
Could be us.